Hi, this is Eric Dahl from OmniFit, and today I actually want to talk about one of my favorite exercises, which is a hip hinge. So I hope you've watched my previous videos where I've talked about the hip hinge, how to go through the hip hinge, and you'll even know from the previous video I made where I was talking about power, how the kettlebell swing was a hip hinge again. You know I love this exercise. It's really great for strengthening your posterior chain, and it's a really functional exercise. So I'd encourage everyone to learn how to do this properly. Today we're actually going through the hip hinge again, but instead of just going through the hip hinge, I'm going to talk about how this functional exercise, you can take it from being functional, which is good for us, but also make it fun. So a little disclaimer. As we progress it's going to get more challenging. So that doesn't mean you have to do all of the modifications or all of the things that I'm saying today. Maybe you just stay where you feel comfortable until you practice and get better. But if you can and do improve, I want you to try to take it to the end. This exercise is great for many reasons, but let's get into it and you'll see why for yourself. So I want you to grab a stick. It could be any stick. This is mine. You could use a broom handle, whatever you want to use. I just want you to grab it, put one hand right in the middle or low back, one right behind your neck. And then from here, I want you to bend and hip hinge. Bending from the hips, keeping contact with the stick the entire time. The reason you use the stick is it really emphasizes good form. If you lose contact, more than likely your form is off. And the key in this one, and the reason why you want to do this, is because it works the posterior chain. But what if I can't put the stick behind me because I have poor range of motion in my shoulders? What do? Well, pretty much just put your hands on the front of your thighs and slide them down. I still can maintain good proper form while doing this hip hinge version. Once you've mastered the hip hinge with both feet on the ground, try it by just tapping one leg behind your toe behind you. And the key on this one is still maintaining good form and doing it. And if this is easy, try doing it without even tapping a leg on the ground. This one works your balance too. So if you want to do the same exercise with the stick, pretty much put your hands in the same place and you can go ahead and tap that toe, maintaining great posture. The key is maintaining those 3 points of contact with the stick as you're doing it. And if this becomes easy, feel free to go ahead again and not tap the toe on the ground, which is really good for your balance and your glutes. And the last part of this exercise, this hip hinge, is to make it fun. And how you do it is pretty much do the hip hinge like we just previously did it, but add the element of balance while you're reaching and alternating arms. That actually adds a fun element because while you get to practice your hip hinge, and you can use both legs of course, it adds an element of coordination as you're reaching to put that ball on your box of oatmeal. By the way, it doesn't have to be oatmeal. That's it.